Welcome back to Rhythm Guitar Book 2. This book focuses on open chords, strumming, and fingerstyle patterns. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 2 that you can read from and write in, so I'll leave a link in the description. We're on page 50 now, and we have a new rhythm chart and a lead sheet for God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. At the top of page 50, we have number R76. This is a rhythm chart. It's in 3/4 time, and it's marked moderato, so a moderate speed. No slashes in this one, so we're not playing any patterns. You just strum whatever rhythms you see to whatever chords you see above the music. So let's look through this really quickly before we do a playthrough. We have an A chord at the beginning. As always, I like to do my A chord with fingers 2, 1, and 3. But if you're more comfortable with fingers 1, 2, 3, that's perfectly okay. If you're playing that A chord with fingers 1, 2, 3, then when you move to the D chord, just keep your first finger in place. So our rhythm there at the beginning, pretty simple. We have 1, 2, 3, then D chord, 1, 2, 3. So we change to that E chord on beat 3. So that second measure again, 1, 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Remember, always down, up on those eighth notes. Down on the downbeat, up on the upbeats. We have some ties in the next measure. We have an A chord, 1, 2, and 3. So up on the and of 1. 1, 2, and 3. Same rhythm on a B7. 1, 2, and 3. Same rhythm on an E chord. Remember, moving from B7 to E, second finger can stay the same. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we move to a D chord in the third line. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we change to the A chord on beat 3. Let me go back to the beginning of that line again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Then we move to the E chord. If you're doing your A chord with fingers 2, 1, 3, then your first finger can just slide over to be in place for the E chord. That's going to be 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Change into that D chord on beat 3. And notice in this upcoming measure we have a retard marking. So you're just going to slow down through there. So you're going to play your D, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. I'm going to play this one just once at quarter equals 95. I don't know if you can hear the weed whacker outside, but we are accompanied by a weed whacker today. Anyway, play along with the video so you can practice keeping a steady tempo. If 95 feels too fast or too slow, go ahead and play to a metronome so you can choose your own tempo. And enjoy the weed whacker. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, play. Slow down. We're at the bottom of page 50. We're looking at number R77. This is a lead sheet for God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. It's in 4/4 time, and it's marked vivace, quarter equals 140, which is pretty zippy. Being in 4/4 time, there are plenty of patterns we could use. I'm going to use the new default or down, down, up, down pattern from page 47. That's down, down, up, down. As always, make sure you watch that strumming direction. Down, down, up, down. So you're strumming on the downbeats and up on the upbeats or the ands of the beats. Let's look through this. We have a first ending at the end of the first line. So we play the first line, E minor, and another E minor, C, B7, and then we repeat. Do that again. The second time through, we skip the first ending, we go to the second ending, which is also a B7. So as far as the rhythm guitar part is concerned, it's the same chord, but if you're playing the melody, that's a little different. Second line, we're going to do something a little different here. Instead of going strumming all the time, I've marked some rhythms above. I'd like you to play a half note A minor, half note D7, half note G, half note B7, then a whole note E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now at tempo, those chords are going to go by pretty quickly. So A minor, D, G, B7, E minor, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. So if you have trouble at quarter equals 140, that's perfectly okay. Just play to a metronome and at a slower speed. Some things that can help you make those chord switches: A minor going to D7. Remember, first finger isn't common there. D7 going to a G. A lot of times I play my G with fingers 2, 3, 4. In this case, I might do fingers 1, 2, 3, so I could take advantage of that guide finger, moving from D7 to G. Third finger just has to move over one. Then there's a B7. And remember, B7 to any kind of E chord, including E minor, you can keep the second finger down. Then in the third line, we go back to the original pattern, so that'll be back to down, down, up, up, down, or whatever pattern you would like to use, as long as it's in 4/4 time. And then it's just one chord per measure for a while. And then at the end, we have a B7 with a retard marking under it. So that's going to be whatever tempo you're playing, you're going to slow down through that. And what I would recommend doing at the end is play the full pattern on the first E minor measure, and then that last measure, just do a strum. I'm going to play this one 2 times. First time it's going to be at quarter equals 140. Second time it's going to be at quarter equals 105. Feel free to play along with the video so you can practice keeping a steady tempo. And if you would like to choose another tempo, go ahead and play to a metronome so you can do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Your assignment is to practice the music on page 50 and play God Rest You Merry Gentlemen with whatever pattern you like. I use the down, down, up, up, down pattern, but you can use what you want as long as it fits into 4/4. But also make sure you follow those half note and whole note strums that we went over. As always, work on keeping a steady tempo by playing along with the video, or play to a metronome so you can choose your own tempo. Practice these charts until you're comfortable with the music. Could be a week, maybe more, maybe less, and then when you're ready, I'll see you on page 51, where I'm going to show you what to do if you're playing down, down, up, up, down, and you have to change chords in the middle of the measure.